Hi, it's Dave Lucas for 12 Minute Trading, and this is the market minute for Monday, August 22nd, 2022. Just finished today. I waited till the end of the markets to see what they did. We had almost a 100-point move down on the SPX. So, is this the beginning of the end of this major summer swing higher that we've seen that a lot of people have been saying this may be the bull? We're back into the bull. Or is this just a bear market rally and things are falling back off the cliff? All right, everyone, as you can see, this is the SPX chart on three different time frames. So this is the 1-year daily chart, this is the 3-year weekly chart, and the 5-year monthly chart. And you can see we had that massive rally on July and then into August, but now we're in danger of giving that up as we get into later August, right? And this is not uncommon this time of year. There's a lot more volatility. September is usually a very volatile month, the end of August. So to see the type of move that we've seen the last couple days, you can see right here, and I'll blow it up a little bit for you. You can see we have waterfall down, very similar to this. You see these big gaps, right? So there's a gap right there. Now do we continue this through the rest of the week? Now there's a lot of things to consider for this week, right? This could be just some profit taking as well as getting a little bit ahead of the Federal Reserve meeting for this week. Now remember, Powell speaks this Friday in the morning, and so the market may be getting ahead a little bit, maybe anticipating a little bit more hawkishness. And what this is kind of setting up is one of those kind of just volatile weeks, and then you hit Friday and Powell gives the market what it wants, and then boom, off to the races and you rally back. I've been telling my students, gosh, for the last couple of weeks, a 5 to 7% correction in this market would be a very healthy thing. After a move like this, where you're up almost 20%, to give back 5 to 7%, come back down in this range, maybe even down to this lower Bollinger Band, would be a good place to cement that higher low. That's the big thing you're looking for in a market like this. You want to see a bear market and you've got to get that higher low. So to come down to a level like this, find some support maybe on this Bollinger Band right down here, and then go up from there. That tells us that we have a change in character of the markets, that we are changing to what would be more back into a bull market, or at least getting out of the bear, and we've hit the lows. If we confirm that we've done that, right? This was the low back here, but it's a little bit early to tell yet. And I think over the next couple weeks, we're going to know. We're going to have a pretty good idea. And the reason being is these bottom lines that you see here are my proprietary fractal energy line. This tells me the energy of a chart to trend. Doesn't tell me which way it's going to go. It just tells me if a chart has enough energy to go on a lengthy trend or not. And so you can see right here, we went on this trend, and what did it do? It burned the energy out, right, all the way up into here. And we actually went sideways a little bit, charged back up, and then burned the energy out again. Now we're falling back down, we're coming back the other way, and that's charging things back up. One of the best ways to charge up the energy of chart is to go back the way it came. And then the faster it goes back the way it came, the faster it charges up. Now, that's why I look at the different time frames. So I've got a daily chart that was exhausted, that needed to charge back up. And so that's what's happening. We're seeing this charge back up. But we also have a weekly chart that is pretty good and charged, right? Anywhere in this 50 to 60 range is pretty well charged. So you've got a chart that really, if it wants to go back down here, it certainly can, but it also could turn around and bring that energy and keep going up here. It's just a little early to tell. Once this energy line gets down into the 40s on the weekly chart, that's when you can confirm a trend pretty well. And we're close to that. We could see that as of next week, right? That's when we could have a really good idea which way this weekly energy is going to release, because this is nothing yet. This is pretty common to see a little bit of a pullback in here, maybe even to this moving average, which would not be too far from this lower Bollinger Band and be a great level of support to go right back up with. And then, of course, you've got the monthly chart. And this is the chart to watch longer term over the rest of the year, because this is really fully charged and ready to go. So it can trend. And when a monthly chart begins to trend, it can go for 8, 10, 12, even 15 months, right? You can look back, you can see these just amazing trends that this has had. So back here, this was just 2018 to 2019, and it bled out its energy, but it went basically for over a year, right? So that's how long these trends can go. And so this will be something to watch as we get into the fall and that sort of thing. Once this starts to dip below 50 and it's going in a direction, that tells you which way it's going. And so again, longer term, it'll help you. So it's looking at things kind of from the inside out, right? The daily is the shortest time frame here, and it tells us what's going on over the course of the next week or couple weeks. The weekly chart tells us what's going on over the course of the next month or 2 months or so, right? And then you've got the monthly chart that tells us what's going on and going to happen over the next 6 to 12 months to a year. And so that's really what's going on with these markets right now. So we are at an inflection point. The market's going to have to choose whether it rolls back over, and we are going to go back to these lows and undercut this and continue in this bear market, or are we going to find that support maybe around this 4,000 level or this 4,053 right here, and then head back higher and really prove itself and use that weekly energy to do so. So next week, we'll have a pretty good idea on that, I think. At least by the end of next week on the weekly chart, we'll know which way it's going. If we see it charge back up some, we know it's not ready to release yet, and we're probably just walking sideways from here for a little while. So thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next Market Minute.